Alright guys, before we get started, I just want to point out one thing. So, 73.4% of you watching my videos are not subscribed. So if you guys want to go ahead and rectify that, if you're already enjoying the content, please hit the subscribe button. I would much appreciate it. But now, let's get started with our main program this evening. But alright guys, what is up? So this is Tom here with my first guide in quite a while. But I've missed doing these, and I've been having so much fun playing as Terry. I feel like I have something to contribute to this character's development. So here we are. This is a full comprehensive guide for Terry Bogard. So Terry, he is the character for those who are looking for a more complex character, and also for those that like to live dangerously. He's got the Street Fighter playstyle where he's always facing the opponent, which takes a while to get used to, but once you do, it gets hard living without it. In fact, the fact that he turns around makes some of his smash attacks deceptively good because of the mix-up potential. Not to mention, at high percentages, he has access to moves that nobody else does, which makes him absolutely an entirely different beast altogether. This comeback mechanic makes Terry one of the most entertaining characters to watch in the game, and I've had an absolute blast learning him. I've been playing almost exclusively Terry for a few weeks now, pretty much since he launched, and I feel confident I've got something to contribute to the conversation here, and it's been a while since I made a guide like this, so get ready guys, it'll be a fun one. And we're going to pass it over to live commentary me, who will go over all his moves, grabs, recovery options, meter, and especially the inputs. Thanks for passing over the video script to Tom. So now we're going to go into Terry's normals, smash attacks, aerials, and specials, and also his meter. So to start off, his jab. His jab is fine. On its own, it's pretty standard, but it's also surprisingly deceptively good for one reason alone. It's special cancelable. So you can go into this. You could do this. You can cancel any one of Terry's special moves off of his jab, which is actually what makes it one of his best kill confirm moves. So if you're at a higher percentage and you do this, at around 90%, these people are dead. No matter what they do, they're dead. So that's what makes his jab excellent. His down tilt, while not incredible at first, it has one use, is that it can very easily go from a one hit of the down tilt into a jab combo into a full combo. So through that, you basically have the jab as like the first hit of your combo, and it can add just a little bit of extra damage, but also it's very, very safe on block, so it's very safe to throw out just whenever you want. So feel free to just use that whenever. However, its range is not incredible. It's not the greatest range. To see like it just barely reaches, and even if it does, but it's safe on block. So if you are a little wary about getting hit or punished, feel free to use the down tilt just whenever. But it can easily lead into something simple like this, where you're getting that kill guaranteed. His up tilt is a more interesting beast. Its main use is it can combo directly into crack shoot for 34% damage on one hit. That's pretty great, honestly. It's a simple anti-air. On an anti-air, you want to just go... So on an anti-air, you want to basically just do this. So if you catch an anti-air, you can get that for some free damage, which is also fine. That's also fine. But it's not his best move, mainly because it's a little bit slow, and if blocked, it can be punished pretty effectively. But to add to its usefulness, later on when we have meter, we can use it as a kill confirm, which is what makes it really good. But on its own, it's a fine move, but not the most incredible. And lastly, his forward tilt. His forward tilt is one of his better moves because A, long range, very long range, decent damage off just the hit, so if you just throw it out and land a couple hits, you can rack up some damage. But also, as with everything else, it's special cancelable. So you can do something like that, you can do something like this, just for easy, basic damage. And of course, once you have meter, you can go a little crazier with it. So keep that stuff in mind, and you're going to have a good time. Okay, so as for his smash attacks, now, Terry's smashes are honestly nothing too particularly special. So we've got his forward smash, which it's perfectly fine. It's powerful, kills around 80. Let me actually double check that exactly. Yeah, it can kill around 80 at the edge, so it's a very good move if you catch somebody with it. However, it's very, very unsafe on block, and you're better off not just throwing this out. Like, avoid just throwing out smashes. Only try and do it when you're pretty sure it's going to hit, or if you can get your opponent making a mistake, or even as a whiff punish. But just throwing it out on its own, not recommended at all, because it's super unsafe on block. Moving on to his other smashes, his down smash. His down smash is actually a pretty good move, and one reason I really like his down smash is, so for example, let's watch this. So let's say he wants to go above me. It can auto-correct, and I can basically get a very easy punish off of that. Now, one reason that's extremely, extremely helpful is if you are edge guarding, for example. Let's put him over here just so he's in the right way. So let's say you're edge guarding, for example. He's coming back from the stage. You can either, if he gets up, you can grab him. I'm sorry, Ken. If he gets up, you can grab him. If he jumps, you can spike him very easily and pretty effectively with his down air. Or if they roll, you can just wait until, if you time it right, you just down smash, Terry's going to turn around and catch him on that roll. which is actually a surprisingly good technique. So it basically means that Terry can easily cover all 3 recovery options, and that makes his edge guarding, ledge trapping tech pretty damn effective, honestly. So keep that in mind. And last but not least, his most useful smash, his up smash. Terry's up smash is his kill move. It's incredibly fast. It comes out faster than most moves in the game. It comes out faster than most tilts. And it kills deceptively early, so around, like, I believe it's like 100% or so. Let's double check that exactly, give an exact number. So at around 120%, easy kill, pretty much guaranteed. It's super fast, super powerful, and also if you're on a battlefield stage, it does hit below the platform. So on battlefield, you can just throw this out below him. You're not getting punished for it, which is the one reason you want to use Battlefield with Terry, or the one reason that he's not punished for picking Battlefield, although he is better at FD stages. Moving on to Terry's aerials. His aerials are pretty good as well. Not amazing. So let's start off with his neutral air. His neutral air is this move right here. So it has its uses. It's relatively safe. So for example, if I were to jump in and bring it down, it has a lingering hitbox, which makes it very, very safe on block. It's a good move just to use in neutral just because you can. And you can get some pretty cool stuff off it. It can be a combo starter at lower percentages, so if I want to go like boom, 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 you can do that. If I want to go like boom, 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 you can easily do stuff like that, and it'll work varying. My timing wasn't perfect, but I know for a fact that stuff does combo if you time it better than I did. But yeah, it's a good tool. It can open up some combo potential, and it's also incredibly safe on block, which is why it's great in the neutral. His other best tool in the neutral, in my opinion, his up air. So the up air is basically what's going to give you a lot of your combos as Terry. So you can do, that was actually a perfect example right there. So if I do something like this, it's a free spike, and if Ken does what he just did right there, he's taking even more damage. But that move can lead to some very, very crazy shit. It can give you a basic combo, it can give you his touch of death, it can give you so much off of just this one move. Like even that right there, that kill, man. You see what I mean? It sets up for a lot of things. And also, I think to note, on cross-up, it actually is even safer. So if you do it on a cross-up, so let's just say I'm coming in, Ken, come on, work with me, Ken. All right, so let's just say I'm coming in like this. I get behind him. That it gives me so much room. It gives me so much room to do stuff that even if I mess up, so like, I can go like boom, boom, boom. I can go boom, boom, boom. Like there's so many things you can get off his up tilt. Just experiment with it because there's options I don't even know about. There's options people haven't even realized yet. But off his up tilt is his best combo starter, and you want to use that to get whatever you can. Ignore that failure, but use his up tilt, practice with his up tilt. It's very safe on block. I have not yet been punished for this move once, so it's that damn good. This is if you're jumping in. So if you're going to be jumping in, you want to use this move. You don't want to be using his nair. His nair is fine for that, but in my opinion, you get a lot more mileage off the up air, and I would definitely suggest using that over nair. However, nair is still safe, and if you want to just keep your opponent guessing as to the timing of when to block or parry, feel free to throw that out as well. It's not a bad move, but the up air is so much better. Moving on, we've got his forward air. His forward air is not amazing. It's really just straight up not amazing in my opinion. Whoop, didn't mean to do that. It's fine. It's a pretty basic move, but my biggest issue with it is that it puts the opponent a little bit too far away to get much off of. So it loses a lot of the value that a lot of his other aerials have. So if you're doing a forward air, it pushes them a little bit out of range to get a follow-up, but it doesn't kill, which is my biggest problem with it. So this move, I don't really suggest using unless you really need that extra range, because it does have that, but you're not likely to get a follow-up off it, so I don't suggest using it too often. Okay, so I realized I forgot to talk about Terry's down air a second ago, so this is going to sound a little bit slightly different because I'm recording it after the rest of it. So his down air it's a straight downward punch. It's almost the exact same as Ryu's. Now, it has one nice benefit in that if you do something very, very simple, like if you just get a small pop-up, it's a pretty good spike, and like Ryu's, it also spikes like diagonally. So if you're not directly like off the stage, you can still get a genuine spike off it, which is pretty cool. This is not a move you want to jump in with, though. It's not very safe on shield. You really are going to be using this mainly in combos and as a spike. Now, as I mentioned, using it in combos can be fun. You want to try and do some stuff like this. I mean, that just confused the shit out of the AI, but you want to do some stuff like that. Stuff like that is your main use for the down air. It's great in combos to just land a spike or even to extend a combo with a spike. So if you do like, damn it, like easy combos like that can do crazy damage. His down air is mostly a combo extender. Try not to just throw it out randomly. It is not safe on block, and you're going to forget it's not safe on block and then get punished on it like I have. But that said, it can be a good spike. So off stage, feel free to throw this out. Or if you see an opponent coming up like at an angle, like let me see if Ken wants to do it. like at an angle like this, you can spike him off the stage fully safely, which is pretty cool. And lastly, we have his back air, which is best kill option if you need that one hit that's going to kill. It's basically the move to throw out when you're fishing. So if you just need one hit to get the kill, the back air is that move. It's very similar for Cloud. Back air is, for a lot of characters in this game, the kill move, and it's no different for Terry. Only difference is you're going to be raring a lot with Terry to be able to use this, because he is a weird character, man. Like, because you know how he is always looking at the opponent, he has to turn around to use it, so you're going to be doing some rares to get this out when you really need it. But, yeah, that's it for all his normals. Let's move on into his specials now. So Terry's specials. I'm going to be throwing the manual inputs up on the screen once again, thanks to Locust SK's guide. I don't quite know where he first posted it, but I found it through a quick search, because I know I've seen this on Twitter before. So Locust SK, thank you for this input guide. It's better than something I would have come up with. Anyway, we've got this, Power Wave. Power Wave is a basic, relatively quick moving projectile that goes almost full screen. It's fine. Nothing really too great about it, nothing too bad about it, but it can rack up some damage from a distance if you want to get your opponent to come in. If you have an opponent that isn't better at zoning than you are, then you basically can use this to basically force them in on you. And then once they come in to attack you, to catch you, they're in your wheelhouse now. When that happens, you are controlling the game. You are in charge. Because Terry excels from up close. It is what he wants to do. So you use this to draw them in, and then once they come in getting a little angry at you for zoning, that's when you unload. You unload your combos, you go absolutely crazy. So his next special has 4 variations. We got the Burn Knuckle, the basic, got the charged up side B, got the input version, got the non-charged input version because I did that wrong. They're all fine. There's not a lot of difference between the moves. It's that the input versions will always do more damage and always can kill a little bit faster. So if you're trying to kill, you use the burn version. However, the one reason to use this move, which if I can get him to block, I don't know if my controller's still alive, that Ken here is blocking. You see the kind of damage that does to the shield? 2 of those, and the shield is broken. When the shield is broken, Terry is unstoppable because you can get that you can get that touch of death, which I fucked up because I'm using the Elgato capture, which is a little bit of a delay. But you can get Terry's touch of death. You can get any combo you want from a shield break. So if you can make the shield break play, that is huge for Terry. Huge, 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 huge part of his game plan. So it's not the thing you should be going for at all times. But if you see the opportunity to break a shield or to damage a shield, end it with a burn knuckle because it's going to go right through the shield, be almost impossible to punish, and because of that, you're doing a lot of shield damage. And later on, when you have access to Power Geyser, you can do even more. You can do the burn knuckle to soften up the shield, Power Geyser to finish it off, and that will break the shield very quickly. I've gotten a pretty good amount of crazy plays off of shield breaks, and I can safely say it is a valuable enough part to keep in mind. Not something you go for essentially all the time, but it's something you keep in mind when you're just playing, because Terry has the potential to get some insane stuff off a shield break, and the tools to break a shield and get away with it safely. Once again, shield break, to simplify. You use that to pressure shields and get away with it. So next up, we've got his down B, which is Power Dunk, which is that version, which is this right here. The charge version, which goes way higher. The input version, which are the Shoryuken motions. And the input version that's non-charged. So these moves are the moves you're going to see with Terry all the time. So you've probably seen this combo at least a dozen times. You're going to see it a lot more because it's Terry's best kill confirm. It is basically a free kill off a jab, and that is insane. So Power Geyser has a couple really major uses. Power Dunk has a couple major uses in that basically you can use it for, like, for example, you can use it to get back to the stage, which don't do what I just did. If you're going to do it, make sure you have a jump to spare, otherwise you're going to kill yourself. But it can help you get back to the stage, and while you're doing that, it can also help keep you safe because all of Terry's a hitbox during Power Dunk, so you want to utilize this to your advantage when you get back to the stage. Terry's biggest weakness is his recovery, and that does help mitigate it, which I'll mention this again a little bit later. Power Geyser is extremely strong, kills around 100%, even a little bit earlier, but it also can spike. So, for example, damn it, boom, just like that, and you can get a free, easy spike, and I also like to use this to 2-frame, which I have a hard time demoing that, but just like that. So you can use that to 2-frame, and on the 2-frame, if you hit it, it'll spike as well, and I've gotten a few cheeky kills like that, so it can be kind of fun. But Power Dunk is one of Terry's best moves. You're going to be using it all the time, but it's not safe on block, and you're wide open if you miss it. So if you're going to use it, you're committing hard, so make sure you're going to hit it. So basically, always cancel something into it. Never really use it raw, and that's really the main point there. Always cancel into Power Dunk because it's an amazing move, but it's also unsafe as hell. Then we've got his back B, which no other character in the game has, which is Crack Shoot. Crack Shoot is a move I don't use incredibly often, but he has 4 forms of that as well. So back B, hold down the button, down back B, down back A, down, back, charge up the button. So basically, it's essentially like Terry himself just moves forward and does a 2-hitting move. So Crack Shoot is nice because it's a wide area, like it's a wide range of attack, but it also is not Terry's greatest option most of the time. I don't really use Crack Shoot much, but it can fit into combos. So for example, the up tilt fully charged Crack Shoot combo, just 34%, that's its main use I've seen, is if you're going to use it in a combo, use it for that one, because you're going to get some crazy damage off of that. But Crack Shoot, you mainly want to use it to recover because it's one of his better recovery options. It gives him quite a bit of mobility across the stage. And last but not least, we have the Rising Tackle, which is this right here, and then the charge version, which is like this right here, or this right here. So Rising Tackle is very cool, mainly because it's pseudo-invincible in the charge version, so it's very hard to punish like a recovery from it. Now, my biggest issue with this move, though, is you really need to time it right if you want to snap to the edge. If you are if you're too late, you fall to your death. If you're too early, you go right over the edge, and you can easily get punished. So if you can master the exact spot to do it from, that does help a lot of annoying deaths, honestly, because I have died so many times to the point where I thought Terry was an awful character because of this move. But once I've learned a little bit better when to use it and where the right spot to use it is, it helped me out quite a bit. So guys, if you are going to be recovering, learn where to use it from. So which, in my experience, it's about right here. That is the best spot to do it, because you're not going to get punished off that, or at least not going to get slacked off the stage before he snaps to the edge, because that helps correct one of his biggest problems. But alright, that's all his basic special moves, and last but not least, we have to do Terry's super moves. So, at over 100%, Terry gets access to a couple more interesting moves, which, first of all, we have Buster Wolf. Are you okay? Are you okay? He's not, because Buster Wolf itself does 30% damage, which is kind of insane. And then, just to go a little further, Buster Wolf on its own will kill around 80%, like raw by itself with no combo leading into it, which is kind of nuts. But at the same time, you can still do stuff like this and get a combo off an F-tilt. So the F-tilt basically makes it safe, and you get a full combo from the Buster Wolf, which is insane, dude. But yeah, guys, use the F-tilt Buster Wolf combo. It's essential to Terry's gameplay. And you catch a stray F-tilt, you get a Buster Wolf, you get a full combo, and he's dead at 80%, even lower for sure. Buster Wolf is awesome, and find more steps for it because it's such a cool move. So at 100%, Terry does get access to one more special move, which is his Power Geyser. This right here. Power Geyser is absolutely disgusting. So it can be comboed from an up tilt for one thing, which is a kill confirm very early on. It covers a ridiculous amount of space, so if someone's trying to get back to the edge, they're very likely going to have to deal with this, and they're going to have a nightmare doing that. Let's see if Ken here can... He's going low, but you know, the point is made. This is such a massive hitbox to have to avoid. It really makes like recoveries that go above an opponent very, 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 very difficult. So you want to master this, and it takes me a little bit to warm up to using this, by the way. I do still mess up quite frequently when it's like my first game or so. But once you master the slightly annoying input, because on a GameCube controller it's not as easy as a D-pad for me, and I play my fighting as my D-pads. But once you master that, it becomes an invaluable tool that you want to be able to do on command. So let's say you want to catch Ken recovering. You want to be able to throw these out. And there we go. And it's just an edge guard play. It's such a good edge guard play, and I've gotten so many kills off of this move, it's kind of ridiculous. And one more time, it does kill very, very early as well. So on its own, it wouldn't kill right here, but look at this. You see that? It didn't kill. It didn't kill. I overestimated it slightly. I think a little bit more percentage I would have needed. But the combo off of the up tilt is ludicrous, man. One up tilt leads to a kill at 80, and it's just fast, free damage. And even if it doesn't kill, 40% damage in one hit, man. It's that damn good. When you have this meter, Terry becomes an unstoppable monster that you really, 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 really need to be able to maintain this for. And that's it for going over his basic moves. We're going to go into combos a little bit later, but for now, this is all we've got. See you later in the combo section. So to get into Terry's basic strategy, he has two phases, as I like to call it. The pre-meter and post-meter phase. Pre-meter Terry is deceptively good on his own. You want to pressure with his aerials to get a combo started. Personally, I jump in with the up air, which consists of several different combos. The simple up air into jab jab power dunk is a combo you've likely seen online at least 100 times, but it does good damage and works, so that's for good reason. So the simple tactic with Terry is to approach with the up air until they start blocking or parrying it, then you want to mix in some grabs. Since Terry can get pretty good damage off a down throw at 0%, this simple mix-up keeps him guessing as a basic strategy. As for other valuable moves to use in the neutral, Terry's down tilt can lead to any combo he has and his fastest move. If you want his safest option to just throw it against a shielding opponent, feel free to throw this out as much as possible. Down tilt can lead into jab jab power dunk for some easy damage. The only downside, the down tilt has very poor range, so just make sure you're spacing it properly to actually hit the shield. Okay, now let's say you're in a position where your opponent is in kill percentage, but you don't have the meter for any of your fancy super moves. Terry has 3 main options you want to be using to kill the opponent. Terry's up smash is his no meter kill move. It kills fairly low, around 100 to 120% depending on the character, comes out fast, and on battlefield it can hit opponents above the platform, which is fantastic. It can also be hard to punish on block, however it still can be punished, so be careful throwing this out if an opponent has a fast punish option like a Crom Roy forward tilt. Terry's other best kill move is his down smash. His down smash excludes me so many kills while trying to ledge trap, it's not even funny. See, the main reason this move is as low-key effective as it is because of the autocorrection. While ledge trapping with Terry, I like to stay close to the edge to cover get-ups and jumps, but if they roll, if timed right, Terry's down smash will turn him around and clip the rolling opponent. Depending on the percentage, it can kill. This move comes out unbelievably fast, can be done on reaction to a roll, so try to use this as a major ledge trapping tool and you'll rarely have a blind spot. Last but not least, the obvious, power dunk. Power dunk is a disgusting move because of the fact that it is a kill confirm off of a jab. At around 90% of the edge, a jab jab power dunk will kill. This is very likely going to be your main go-to kill option because it's just that damn good. And while I shouldn't have to say it, you should be doing manual inputs for this since the additional damage at no extra cost of startup is essential to guarantee that kill. Now onto where the fun begins, the post-meter phase, or as the Marvel players might remember, Dark Phoenix Rises. Once Terry is above 100%, he now has access to his super moves. These moves are absolutely devastating and can make Terry feel like an actual top tier. It's like a Joker or Sen gimmick, it's that good. Above 100%, Terry gains access to 2 moves, Power Geyser and Buster Wolf. I went over these before, but the way Terry's game plan changes is essential around these 2 moves. Terry went from a pretty average character to a machine that has access to a touch of death, the literal best edgeguarding move in the game, and multiple kill confirms that kill at around the 60% mark. At this point, Terry's a literal glass cannon. You want to be playing extremely safe and maintain the center of the stage if possible. You want to only throw out your safest moves, up air, nair, down tilt, forward tilt, up tilt. All these options are either safe or very hard to punish without a parry and can lead to any of his super moves. My personal favorite kill confirm is to go from F tilt into Buster Wolf. Kills anything at 50% near the edge, 60% plus full screen. Up tilt Power Geyser has similar results. This is even the point you can start shield pressuring to go for a shield break. Burn Knuckle does great shield damage and goes through opponents, making it very difficult to punish. This combined with the fact that Power Geyser does ridiculous damage on shield can make a shield break play a viable strategy. Just make sure if you geyser the shield that you break the shield, otherwise you'll be wide open. But if you can get the shield break play, the opponent is wide open for Terry's Touch of Death, which is a relatively easy combo to perform with practice and if done near the ledge is a guaranteed kill on any normal weight character. Heavies tend to survive it, but that damage goes from 0 to 80% even if they do, which is still a substantial amount of damage. As far as edge guarding in general, I waited until after the post-meter phase to go into this, mainly because Power Geyser. Power Geyser is among the very best edge guarding moves in the game. If an enemy's trying to get back over the stage, you geyser them, they're probably dead. If they're below the stage, Terry is better off waiting until they recover for a ledge trap play because Terry off stage below the stage is among his most dangerous positions because his recovery is not fantastic. Speaking of recovery, we're going to regurgitate a bit of information from before, but his recovery is both great and awful at the same time. It's great because he can get back to the stage pretty consistently from relatively far off screen. It's awful because none of his recovery options snaps to the ledge, so he's very easy to punish on recovery. I would say the best thing to do with him is to try to mix up your opponent, make them guess where you're going. I try to go high usually, avoid the edge play altogether if I can. But when that's not possible, I wait until the last possible second before using up B, since it will only snap to the edge once the animation is complete. Below stage is Terry's worst position, but if you can master the timing of up B, it does become harder to punish, so it is something you can deal with. And now I'm going to pass it over to live commentary and me to go over combos and metered combos, which I'm sure is why most of you are here. Okay, so before I get into the combos, people did ask if I had any tips for nailing the inputs with Terry. Honestly, I do not. It's something that really just comes with practice, and I still screw it up every now and then. The GameCube controller is not really built for it, but what I would suggest doing is do not try to do the shortcut inputs. Always do the full input, because the shortcut inputs just do not work. Simply put, they do not work. Like, I could try it, and then that'll happen. You see what I mean? Like, it's a little bit too robotic. Do the full motion, get used to doing the full motion, and you'll get much better at doing it. Now onto these combos. So I'm not going to show you anything unbelievably complex. Terry's combos can get insane. He's the most versatile character in the game, maybe aside from Bayonetta for this. Terry can get crazy though. So I do strongly suggest experimenting. Like, go into training mode, find things that work, find things you want to do, because he is a combo king, man. But the basic ones you want to be relying on. So I'm just going to go over some bread and butters. So first and foremost, jab, jab, power dunk. That is a disgusting combo. Like, it's going to do a ridiculous amount of damage. It kills most of the time around like 90%, if even that. Like, usually less, honestly, near the edge. That's the move you're going to be using the most. You're going to see it online the most. It's just that damn good. Another one you might see a lot is this, because that just does crazy damage for a simple 2-hit off at an F tilt. And it can even kill, which I don't know why Terry didn't leave the stage. Holy crap. But you see that right there? It can even kill, and it's a true combo off the stage at around like 70%. It's kind of nuts. So that's one you don't see as often. So keep that in the back pocket, like in case you see, like, for example, let's say you get a shield break at the edge. You just want to get some crazy damage. It won't work on that percentage, but you want to get some crazy damage and go for a possible kill. It's an option. Keep that one in mind. So other than that, you've got the up tilt crack shoot, which can just give you some crazy damage off an up tilt, which you're not really going to use that too much. You might use that off an anti-air, but that's something to keep in mind off an anti-air if you do get that opportunity. And then he's got a couple grab combos, so if you go do the down grab, you can do that, or you can do it a little bit more fancy and do this. Terry has a few combos off his down grab, but that's the one you're going to see the most. Like, see what I mean? You can just get whatever you want off that, but because the up air can combo directly into the rising tackle, it can get a little nuts looking, but it's pretty cool. And think about that, if you get high enough to the stage, it can kill as well, but only if you really do the charged version, which you're probably not going to be doing the charged version. Like, I know for a fact I don't use the charged version of rising tackle, but it can add on an extra little bit of damage, so keep in mind if you do want to do that, but it's not exactly essential. So now we're going to get to my favorite combo, Terry's Touch of Death, which I'm going to use the word Touch of Death, even though without meter it won't actually kill. But here's what it is without meter. So this is not as complex as it looks. So first you do a full hop, then a fast fall, then an up air, and then you press Y, A, and down at the same time to do a down air as fast as possible. And you move forward a little bit, a nair, and then you do the power dunk to finish it off in this case. And that's it. It's much easier than it looks, so practice makes perfect, guys. So as you know, at 100%, Terry gets his go meter, which I think I showed a good chunk of these in the video, in the portion of the video where I went over the moves themselves. But just to retread, forward tilt into that is an absolute disgrace. It is disgusting, and it might not say true combo over there. That is a true combo. I don't give a shit. You're going to get a lot of kills off of that. And then, of course, up tilt power geyser, an absolute disgrace. These moves kill unbelievably low. Up tilt may actually be the even better of the two because you can catch this off an anti-air. Okay, you see that? It's just, he's dead. He's deleted from existence. It's super fast, super powerful, and it's going to be one of your best kill confirms. Which you can also say the same thing about this, though. These are going to be your two main kill confirms from your super meter because they're much safer than throwing the moves out individually, because throwing out Power Geyser on its own is unbelievably unsafe. It's very, very slow, and Buster Wolf, if you miss it, you're wide open. So you want to always combo into these moves. Pretty much like with any of Terry's other moves, you want to combo into them. But now let's get into the actual Touch of Death, which is basically the same thing I did before, but with meter. And I botched it. So to quickly go over the complete version, same thing, full hop, into a fast fall, into an up air, and then you press Y, A, and down at the same time to do the short hop down air, move slightly forward, and then you nair, right here. Except now you do a forward tilt, right there, into Buster Wolf. And that, my friends, is your Touch of Death. That is a TOD on a lot of the cast, just not heavies. And just like that, he's dead. It's the exact same thing I did before, but now he's got the meter and can do a Buster Wolf at the end. When you can do that Buster Wolf, you're doing that just enough damage to kill, usually with bad DI. It's not a flawless science, but I'll slow it down and go over it again one more time, but it's actually much simpler than you'd think. It just takes a little bit of practice to master it. And guys, that's it for the combo section. Hope you're enjoying, and back into Scripted Tom. So the last major things to keep note of: he performs best on Final Destination style stages. The flatter the stage, the more room he has to stretch his legs and land his combos. When he can do that, there's nothing more satisfying than landing that 0 to 90% off a stray up air. So lastly, I'm going to talk about matchups just a little bit. But there's two major issues Terry does have which prevents him from being top tier. He struggles with zoning, so any character with projectiles that can keep him away, he has a lot of trouble getting in. And he has very little tools to get in on these zoners, so you really need to play smart and do not play into their game. You need to get close and stay close in order to win these bad matchups. So the other thing that Terry struggles with is his own recovery. While it can get him back to the stage, it is extremely punishable by a lot of the cast. So one thing that I've found that helps a lot, I actually use Power Dunk to help me get back to the stage, because the hitbox on that thing is ridiculous and a lot of times people do not challenge it. However, if you're going to do this, make sure you save your jump, otherwise you're going to have a hard time actually getting back after doing it. He also has Crack Shoot for when Power Dunk is not the smartest option, like for example if he's facing the wrong way, and Crack Shoot also is a moving hitbox which is kind of hard to challenge, so these things can help him avoid getting punished. And alright, that's about all I've got to help you get started playing Terry, and a little bit more complex information in there. He requires a lot of practice and getting used to, but once you do, he is one of the most rewarding, satisfying, and most fun characters to play in this game. I hope this guide helped out, and guys, quick announcement, there's going to be more. So in the next couple days, we're going to be putting up a poll on the community post, so if you're not following me or subscribed to me, you will not see that poll, so subscribe to me if you're not, where I will let you guys vote on who I make one of these for next. At first, it's probably just going to be mains, the characters I'm already most familiar with, but I'm open, of course, to learning new characters because I like to think I learn characters pretty quickly. But yeah, guys, so you're going to have to vote on the next character, and yeah, I'm looking forward to doing it. Thanks for watching, everybody. So if you're not, because there'll be a lot more of these coming, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.